Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm in the office, taking care of business, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Hope you guys are ready for a productive week. Have you ever said, that's not my job? That's not in my job description? Have you ever had to push back on a boss because they load you up with work that has nothing to do with what they hired you for? That's not why they hired you. And now they got you doing all kinds of crazy shit. That's happening to a buddy of mine right now. I just got done talking with him. I was at the gym. He's a general manager. And he's very frustrated because they have him doing what he thinks isn't his job, not why he was hired. He's very clear on why he was hired, and he even has in his workers' handbook, they have a handbook they give you when you get hired at that place, and he showed me what it says his job description is, and he's going by the book, literally. So when they tell him to do X, Y, and Z, he pushes back and he says, that's not my job. So it's become quite an argument. My prediction, who knows what will happen. I'm guessing he'll either quit out of frustration because they're giving him work he doesn't think he should be doing, or he'll get fired. So we'll see what happens. I hope they work it out because I like the guy. I've been down this road. I worked at a hotel in West Hollywood, a celebrity hotel called the Chateau Marmont. Famous celebrities are in there every day of the week. I worked there for several months and then quit because it was a bullshit job in my opinion, and I quit because of this reason. That they had me doing work that I didn't want to do. And that was really what it boiled down to. I didn't want to do it. And I didn't feel like I should be doing this work. I know why I was hired, and I know what we talked about in the 4 interviews that I had. I had 4 separate interviews to get that job. They hired me as a salary. I wasn't punching a time clock. I wasn't an hourly wage employee. I was on salary. I was in management. I had 3 employees under me that I was responsible for, that I could hire or fire. And I was very clear. One of the last interview that I had was with the owner of the hotel. Not everybody employed at that hotel gets interviewed by the owner, but I was, because I was doing landscaping, and the owner was very involved in the appearance of the hotel, because it's a celebrity hotel and there's a lot of media attention to the place, and he wanted a certain look. He had to have the place look a certain way. So he wanted to be the one to hire the landscaper, so we were on the same page. So I had a personal relationship with the owner, and I was very, very clear what my job was. And 5 or 6 months into it, they got me wiping down tables, changing light bulbs, cleaning gutters. On a rainy day, I have my own office. I got all kinds of things to do. I'm a manager position with employees under me and a 3.5 acre landscaped property that I have to maintain. So I have plenty to do, even on a rainy day. When you don't see me out there pruning bushes, I'm still busy. Not according to the boss, not according to my manager. So they told me, on a rainy day, I don't want to find you sitting in your office. You need to be in the hotel, and you can go help out the housekeeping staff. You can go down and wash clothes, or you could go and make beds. And I pushed back on that. I'm not going to do any of that. I know what my job is. So we got into a huge battle over this, over what my job title is, what is my responsibilities when I'm on the property, and we couldn't find an agreement upon it. The owner wasn't involved in any of this. The owner lived in New York City. If he would have come out to LA, he may have been able to solve all this and say, no, you guys, I want Sky to be in charge of landscaping. Maybe that would have solved it, but I never contacted the owner. I just said, fuck you guys, and I went and got another job. I got a job that week. I quit that job at the hotel and went and got a job at a casting company, casting agency. Casting couch. So the guy at the gym, my buddy at the gym, the general manager, he's going through the same thing. He's worked there for less than a year. He's done a lot as general manager. to help staff the place, to help bring the gym out of a slow period and help them get more of a professional look and whatever. He's done a lot. Well, today, it wasn't the owner. The owner sent his son, which I guess didn't feel good to my buddy. He would have rather have heard this from the owner. I guess even if he did, he probably would have pushed back. But it just felt extra rude that that the owner sent his son. So the owner's son comes down to the gym and says, "You need to take a bigger part in sales." Now they have a sales staff. They have salesmen. The general manager doesn't want to do sales, and that's kind of what it boils down to. He doesn't feel like he was hired to do sales. He can do marketing, but he's not interested in making 50 calls a day. "Hey, I'd like to follow up. Would you like to get that gym membership? Come in and get a 6-month free pass?" Or, he doesn't want to do that. He has people that he hired, because he's general manager, that are doing that all day. But now he's supposed to do that too on his downtime, as if he has any downtime. Now, as an employee, I do understand that you have a defined job description, and it is up to you as the employee to leave the job if you feel like that the agreement that you made when you got the job is no longer being honored. And that can encompass benefits, that can encompass overtime pay, it can encompass your hourly wage or the rate of raises, because you should be getting a raise once a year to adjust for the standard of living and the inflation rate. And you can leave, and that's your option. For whatever reason, if you're not happy, you can leave. You can get another job, and that may not be fun. It may be a tough transition, I don't know, but you can do that. And if you're not going to leave, if you decide to stay, then you need to suck it up. You can't show up to work with a bad attitude, being like, "Fuck this place, fuck the boss, fuck everybody. They're making me do stuff I don't want to. I'm only here for a paycheck. I'd rather be anywhere else than here, and the only reason why I'm here is because of the money and I got bills to pay." Oh, no, 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 no. That's not healthy. You can't put yourself through that. So if you're gonna stay, you need to change your outlook, and you need to learn how to, or figure out a way to show up to work, ready to work, with a good attitude. But I want to talk about this from a boss's position really quickly. It won't take me long. Because I've been a boss a lot longer than I've been an employee. I've been self-employed since 1991. 92. Long time. Longer than some of you were, been alive. I've been self-employed since before you were born. I was giving your daddy a job. So from a boss's point of view, I would tell my buddy, the manager, the general manager, as he likes to promote himself, the general manager, I would tell him, "Look, if you're going to be general manager of my gym, if you're going to be up in management in my gym, then you're going to need to take more of a personal interest in this business. And you're going to need to be a team player. And what a team player is somebody who is willing to handle any job at any time. The modern day businessman has to learn how to be a floater. You know what a floater is? A floater is somebody who can go rapidly from one position to the next. So you may have to answer phones. You may be the boss, and you are answering phones at the front desk. You may be sweeping up a bathroom. You own the place, and you're playing janitor. Oh, I've been self-employed for many years, and I do all levels. Who was it? The owner of Pizza Hut. Before he shows up to, he's the CEO, before he shows up to work every day. This is an old story. It may not be, he may not even be alive anymore. He would park his car in the parking lot. This is at the corporate offices, and Before he walked in the building, he's got his briefcase. This guy's a millionaire. His Rolex is worth $25,000. His car is a Bentley. He'd pick up weeds, go and pull weeds. The employees could see the owner or whatever, the CEO, the boss, outside. What's he doing? He's picking up weeds. They have landscapers and janitors and people that can do that. But there's weeds that need to be picked up. I'm walking right by them. Why wouldn't I pick them up? And that was his response when asked. Couldn't you just go up to your office on the top floor and have one of your many, many, many employees go do that? You have to be willing to do a little bit of everything. And if you put your foot down and say, I'm not going to do this, then what you're doing essentially is you're stopping business. You're slowing down this machine. You're putting a monkey wrench in these gears. For what? Because you don't want to. Well, you have to learn to want to if you want to work for me. You're going to have to learn to do a little bit of everything if you work for me. And I may hire you as a genius, as an expert, as somebody who's highly paid and highly respected. And if I ask you to go do some remedial task, you better goddamn do it. And if you don't, you're fucking fired. Bounce you out of here like a fucking Super Bowl. You will be gone. One bounce and you'll be off the block into another area. We don't care. We'll never talk about you, think about you again. You'll be so gone. So I absolutely expect employees to be team players. None of this bitch shit. Oh, it's not my job. It's not my job. Go get another job then, you dumb motherfucker. So those are the two different aspects, the two different directions I can take on this. Food for thought.